Well, the Iowa caucuses are tomorrow, and the final poll shows in the Des Moines Register anyway that Donald Trump and Senator Ted Cruz are neck and neck first and second. Marco Rubio third, and Dr. Ben Carson with 10% of the vote, according to that poll, not far behind. But at one point, he was leading in Iowa. Dr. Carson, always great to see you. The numbers show that maybe you lost your evangelical supporters, or a lot of them, to Ted Cruz. Is that how you see it?
Well, I think a lot of people have shifted, but I think a lot of those people are in the process of shifting back. I suspect there's going to be a pretty big surprise tomorrow from what I'm seeing on the ground.
You are. Is there any scenario, Dr. Carson, where you wouldn't go on to New Hampshire?
Yes, if I died.
That's about it. Okay, that won't happen. I have a good feeling. You say you feel something on the ground. In what respect? I know you have a huge ground game. Everyone respects it, but what are you hearing?
Well, you know, the various rallies and town halls we're going to, you know, like last night, you know, couldn't even get everybody into the overflow room. They had to have extra places for people. And people are just saying to me, you know, I am changing my mind as soon as they get a chance to hear you, because the narrative that had been painted for them by a lot of pundits who say, oh, Carson's a nice guy, but he can't win, so you're wasting your vote on him. And now I think a lot of people are starting to see maybe it's not going to be a wasted vote after all.
Dr. Carson, the President of the United States, job that you want next, this week will be going to a mosque in Baltimore. He says he wants to point out the Muslim contribution to America and America's past. How do you feel about that visit?
I didn't catch the first half of who you said was coming.
Oh, the President is going to be visiting a mosque for the first time in his 7 years, going on 8, in Baltimore. How do you feel about that visit?
I don't have any problem with him visiting a mosque, you know, but what I've said all along is that everybody is welcome in America as long as they accept American values and American laws. And, you know, there are many Muslims who accept that. You know, I grew up in Detroit. You know, my playmates were Muslims, my schoolmates were Muslims. But they were people who accepted the same values and principles that I did. And there's no problem in that situation.
Right, and that's where he'll be on Tuesday, and we'll certainly be covering that. Dr. Carson, you've shaken up your camp a couple of weeks ago. Tell me about your new team and how it changed your message.
Well, it's been spectacular, the new team that we have. Headed up by General Dees, who is an operator, knows how to get things done. Much better communication strategy. You know, we've put out in the last few weeks 10 policies. Just go to bencarson.com. I think we have a lot more policy out than anybody else, and it's very good. Today we're releasing our immigration policy. And, you know, it's wonderful for me because I was very frustrated. I couldn't get stuff out, and now it's just working like a charm.
Dr. Carson, thanks so much for closing our show so strongly. I hope you have a good close to your caucus, and it's up to your liking, and we'll see you in New Hampshire. Thanks so much, Dr. Carson.
Thank you so much.
All right.